Hey guys, it's Amanda, and I'm just so excited for today because I'm sharing a story that is super personal to me and is the major reason why my acne cleared up. So stay tuned because you're going to hear all about my acne journey and the 6 tips that I used to clear up my acne naturally. Okay, so today I'm going to share my acne story, and I'm just so excited for you guys to hear this because I'm really going to dive into how my gut health was causing a lot of my acne problems. So, if you're someone who has tried everything and you're ready to heal your acne naturally, I recommend that you focus on your gut health as your number one to getting clear skin. And before we get started, make sure you like, share, and subscribe. We're going to be doing a ton of skin content, acne content, health content to get you that glowing skin. Okay, so I was never someone that had good skin. Always felt envious of the girls that ate the croissant, drank the wine, and looked like a fucking porcelain doll in a fancy shop. Pardon my French. But I just never was that person genetically that had that just gorgeous skin. And it has always been something that I've had to work on. And I still have to work on it. I'm not going to lie. So in high school, I wouldn't say I had horrible skin, but I definitely had bad skin. And I decided to try Accutane. I don't know how many out there have tried Accutane, but that shit will fuck with you. So that's actually how I ended up on birth control, is that my doctor told me that in order to go on Accutane, I needed to be on birth control, even though I wasn't sexually active. They said that it caused extreme birth deformities and that in case I became sexually active during this time, I should be on birth control, which now that I look back on it, it's so funny that they were telling me that this could cause such bad deformities to a fetus in my body, but we weren't talking about what it could be doing to my body during that time. So, it's something to think about when your doctors recommend these really, really harsh prescriptions to you. And honestly, I gave up Accutane about 2 months in. The side effects were so bad that I just couldn't keep up with it. But I stayed on the birth control because, like most women, I saw a decrease in heavy periods. And on top of this, I had tonsillitis for 2 years, from 16 to 18. So I was taking antibiotics on and off for 2 years straight. And it wasn't until actually one of them ruptured, gross, but that I ended up getting them taken out and I was no longer on antibiotics. So Accutane, birth control, and antibiotics. As you see, there's a pattern of really harsh prescriptions that can wreak havoc on your body and on your gut. Okay, so moving on to my early 20s, and that was parties, that was beer, that was cheap wine, like Two Buck Chuck or Menage a Trois. Not that I was in one, but the wine, Menage a Trois. Uh, Doritos, Cheetos, I don't know, you name it. I ate it and I enjoyed it and I had a ton of fun. And on top of it, I was experiencing some depression, some panic attacks. So I was on antidepressants and lorazepam on and off from 18 to 25. So this was a lot of things going on with my body that weren't necessarily healthy. So then I turned 25 and my acne went from bad to way worse. It was like my body finally gave up. It was like, fine, you're going to keep putting all of this shit into it. I'm going to come out with monstrous cystic acne, not just on the jawline, but on my cheeks, on my forehead, on my nose. And I was mortified. I was not only felt so unattractive, but I also was just super confused about why this was happening. So I spent 8 years digging into what the heck was going on with my body. I Googled everything. And I went vegan. I went paleo. I went dairy free. I went gluten free. I tried random supplements, B vitamins, zinc vitamins. I'm sure you've all tried them. And I really didn't see the results that I was looking for. So I decided finally to hire a holistic nutritionist like I am. So this was my first go into the holistic nutrition world. And it was a game changer. So since hiring the holistic nutritionist till now, so much has changed. And I want to go over the 6 tips that I've used to heal my gut. And these 6 tips will help you heal your gut and clear your skin. Okay, so tip number 1, I decreased my alcohol consumption greatly. I know all you want to do is have a glass of wine, maybe a margarita, maybe a beer, but honestly, this greatly affects your gut health and your liver. So no more beer festivals, no more wine festivals, no more splitting a bottle Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. So number 2, I pause certain foods for 2 to 3 weeks. Some of the foods I pause for longer. These foods are foods that are inflammatory or can be really irritating to your gut. And they include dairy, gluten, grains, cornstarch, eggs, dried fruit, soy, deli meats, potatoes, beans, and alcohol. I know it seems like a lot, but you've already done a lot to try to heal your acne. So why not take this next step and just go the extra mile? Number 3, and even more important than removing certain foods, is I increase gut healing foods. And this includes bone broth, beets, artichokes, soft leafy greens, organ meats. I know that's kind of weird, but honestly, they're so good for your body. Grass-fed collagen and wild game. Number 4, I pause carbohydrates. Now this one's a little hard of a one because carbohydrates are really good for you, especially for women and their hormones. But sometimes we have an overgrowth of yeast candida, or bad bacteria. And the way to get rid of that is to starve them out. So sometimes you do have to pause starchy carbohydrates and sugars for a period of time and then reintroduce them back in. And when I reintroduced them back in, it was as a fermented grain, so maybe a sourdough, a soaked grain, or a sprouted grain, so a soaked or sprouted piece of rice, or I did resistant starches. Google that. I highly recommend it. Look into resistant starches, or stay tuned because I'm going to be doing a whole another YouTube video on that in the future. Number 5, I increased my antioxidant intake like crazy. I included as many colorful vegetables across the rainbow as I could. I recommend focusing on this even more than the foods that you're removing or limiting. It's so much more important to increase your healthy antioxidant or gut healing foods than it is to hyper focus if you got a little bit of gluten or a little bit of corn that day. Number 6 is I started a supplement regimen, and this supplement regimen was everything under the moon that you needed for gut healing and for good digestive tract, from HCl stomach acid to probiotics to collagen to digestive enzymes and bile support. So healing my gut made a huge difference in clearing my skin and seeing the results that I wanted to see. But there are other steps that I needed to take in order to clear up that skin. So if you want to know what those other steps are that I did to clear my skin, then download the free guide that I have below on 5 steps to clear skin and find out what they are. And as always, like, share, and subscribe. Bye, guys.